In today's video, we will explore the critical issue of how melting glaciers are dramatically influencing global sea levels. As glaciers in Greenland, Antarctica, and around the world continue to shrink, they contribute significantly to rising seas, posing alarming threats to coastal communities and ecosystems. We'll discuss how this phenomenon is unfolding faster than anticipated, the implications for ocean currents, and the potential for sea levels to surpass 1 meter by the year 2100. Join us as we unravel the complex relationship between glacial melt and our planet's future. 1. Melting glaciers are a major contributor to rising seas. Melting glaciers are like a slowly dripping faucet, steadily adding to the global sea levels. In fact, they are a major contributor, responsible for about 2/3 of global sea level rise. The rest comes from ocean thermal expansion, which is the swelling of seawater as it warms. Imagine a glass of water that you keep adding ice cubes to. Eventually, the water spills over the edge. This is much like what's happening with our oceans. As glaciers and ice sheets melt, they add more water to the seas, causing them to rise. This process is happening faster than many scientists initially predicted, highlighting the urgent need for action. 2. Greenland and Antarctica are key players. The Greenland and Antarctic ice sheets are like the world's largest freezers, holding the majority of the planet's freshwater ice. As these massive ice sheets melt, they become significant drivers of rising sea levels. Greenland's ice sheet alone has lost billions of tons of ice, contributing heavily to the rising tides. Similarly, Antarctica is losing ice at an alarming rate, and together, these regions are crucial players in the story of sea level rise. If they continue to melt at current rates, the consequences could be dire for coastal communities worldwide. 3. Sea levels are rising faster than predicted. Current sea level rise is occurring at a rate of about 3.3 millimeters per year on average, which might sound small but adds up quickly. What's more concerning is that this rate is accelerating due to increasing ice loss from glaciers and ice sheets. This acceleration means that predictions made years ago are now outdated, as the situation is worsening faster than expected. The faster the ice melts, the quicker the seas rise, threatening to reshape coastlines and flood low-lying areas. 4. Glaciers are melting worldwide. Glaciers across the globe, from the majestic Himalayas to the rugged Rockies, are shrinking. This widespread melting isn't just a distant problem, it's happening right in our backyards. As these glaciers melt, they contribute to rising sea levels and also alter regional water supplies. For many communities, particularly in mountainous regions, glaciers are crucial for freshwater resources. The loss of these glaciers could lead to water scarcity, affecting agriculture, drinking water, and local ecosystems. 5. Thermal expansion amplifies the problem. Warmer temperatures don't just melt glaciers, they also cause seawater to expand, a process known as thermal expansion. This expansion further contributes to rising sea levels, creating a double whammy effect. It's like blowing air into a balloon. As the air warms, the balloon expands. Similarly, as the oceans warm, they take up more space, pushing sea levels higher. This phenomenon amplifies the impact of melting glaciers, compounding the challenges faced by coastal regions. 6. Impact on coastal communities. Rising sea levels pose a significant threat to low-lying coastal areas and island nations. Millions of people live in these vulnerable regions, and they are at risk of displacement and flooding. Imagine living on the edge of a rising tide, with each wave eroding the land you call home. This is the reality for many communities, who face the prospect of losing their homes and livelihoods. The social and economic impacts of this displacement could be profound, requiring global cooperation and innovative solutions. 7. Glacier melting affects ocean currents. Freshwater from melting glaciers can disrupt major ocean currents, such as the Atlantic Meridional Overturning Circulation, AMOC. These currents play a crucial role in regulating global climate systems, and any disruption can have far-reaching effects. It's like throwing a wrench into a finely tuned machine. The whole system can be thrown off balance. Changes in ocean currents could lead to shifts in weather patterns, impacting agriculture, fisheries, and ecosystems across the globe. 8. Rising seas increase storm surges. Higher sea levels amplify the effects of storm surges during hurricanes and typhoons. When a storm hits, the elevated water levels can lead to more severe coastal flooding. Imagine a storm surge as a giant wave crashing into the coast, but with higher sea levels, that wave reaches further inland. This increases the risk of damage to infrastructure, homes, and natural habitats. Coastal communities must prepare for more intense storms, which could become a regular occurrence as sea levels continue to rise. 9. Melting glaciers are irreversible in the short term. Even if emissions were drastically reduced today, the current momentum of glacier melting would continue for decades due to climate inertia. This means that the changes we're seeing now are essentially locked in for the foreseeable future. It's like steering a massive ship. Even if you turn the wheel, it takes time for the ship to change course. The same principle applies to our climate system, where the effects of past emissions will continue to influence glacier melting and sea level rise. 10. Global sea level rise could exceed 1 meter by 2100. If ice loss continues at current rates, global sea levels could rise by more than a meter by the end of the century. This scenario would have catastrophic consequences for ecosystems and human communities alike. Coastal cities could face unprecedented flooding, while ecosystems could be permanently altered. The potential for a meter of sea level rise underscores the urgency of addressing climate change and finding ways to mitigate its impacts. The future of our planet's coastlines and the millions of people who live there hangs in the balance.